Do what?
But so that they can get into Quest, some of them were standardized large volume maps.
Oh, they need the kit?
Yeah, right now they're doing
Okay.
their own services. Where they may sell a branded service, and that's nice, and they have options for revenue, that's nice.
I like
I
to
like
see
the
it.
space, because Lyme disease is like nasty
Yep.
and the
Yeah.
fact that they have this way of testing that doesn't, they cover more than just 48% of the.
Yeah,
claims.
it's a much better mousetrap, I think that's the key, is it's a much more.
Well, that's gonna be the concern, on the concern side, is it a better mousetrap? Because their comment, the positive is they have a high sensitivity test.
Yeah.
And what they call it, it's multi-mix and multimodal, so they can do several different kind of pathogens.
Right.
So that's really a strong thing. They have a relationship with Mosaic. They have Gulf South as an investor, and Gulf South did a really nice due diligence package they have in Gulf South. 160 members, 25 doctors who.
What's the
Gulf South?
name?
Gulf South is the angel group, Mosaic is the partnership.
Yes.
Existing due diligence. Yeah, and their key is Bartonella, which is, they are really specialized in Bartonella. That could be good or bad, I don't know.
And the timing is good, they can take money through next year, right, which is different.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And the valuation is exceptional, wasn't it like 10 million?
No, it's 10.3, 8 million
10
raised.
right,
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
So they're giving away a lot of the company, they're giving away.
Yeah.
Right. But they're in the right now.
No. They're giving away, that's 10 pre.
They're giving away half of the company.
Right, they're giving away half of the company, it's 8 to 10 million asked on 10 free, so it's
Okay.
8 to 10 on 18 to 20.
Yeah.
Or whatever number you want.
So I think the exit field looks reasonable, right? There's a lot of exits in this space, all around $200 million. So if they can hit the 20 million, they're gonna get out. So the question is, can they blow it out, which I don't think they can.
All right, so we just flipped to the concern.
Can't do that, Jeff. Can't do that.
I like to see it.
Oh, yeah, she's sharp,
She's sharp.
she's sharp,
And they have patents.
they have patents. They have a good tap to FDA.
It's a good story for why she's.
But the concern that I have, if you take a look at the competitive environment, and you need people like Steve or the other doctors to weigh in on this thing. There's a lot of, companies that are in this market to provide assays, to provide tests. Both, Quest and LabCorp, which are the big two, okay, Mosaic is not in the big two, have tests already for this that are FDA approved. So you know, you're gonna compete with either them or they're gonna replace their tests with what?
Right.
Galaxy has.
So I think I feel it's a matter of time, because if you're at 40% accuracy going to an 80% accuracy, I mean, that's
That's
just a matter of
that's the
time.
due diligence.
That's the if, right?
Yeah. So
Right. They have antibody tests, they don't have an antigen test, and that's
Right.
what this is, which is. And I have experience with LabCorp and Quest, and they tend to buy things like this as opposed to hook them up in their own.
Yeah, so that may be the positive, that may be another positive,
Right.
maybe this becomes either a complement, they provide the test or replaces what they have.
The
But
thing
there
is-
are a whole bunch of other smaller companies that also compete if you take a look at the competitive environment.
So I think where they could blow it out is if they can actually tap and grow the market, right? Because what
Right.
they're basically saying is that people are not asking for the test. The physicians are not asking for the test, right? And so I wanna ask the physicians, what's gonna drive you to ask for a Lyme disease test when you don't suspect there's Lyme disease, right? When you
Yeah,
see
it's not frequent, right? So, well, so in the Northeast it is, right? And in some parts of like Arizona or whatever, but this is like a zebra, right? This is not frequent, but it is, hey, if they can supplant 10 million tests, I think annually is what I wrote, that's pretty good. But as Dave said, there is some competition that the diligence team will have to look at. The whole, this might treat schizophrenia and psychosis. I'm not sure there's much evidence to support that, even though there's some affiliation, but can this become sort of like the de facto better test is the big question.
Well, that's the issue. They said that's a platform for other kinds of tests. That's the other thing that needs to be investigated vis-a-vis the other competitors out in the market.
What about the education piece? You have to educate.
Well, that's what I raised.
That's the biggest issue. Really?
So
Yeah, I don't know if docs even choose, like, you know, when we did outpatient stuff and I'm hospital, you would check a box, but it's not like I chose which tests to choose necessarily. It was in our super bill or whatever.
Yeah, but if you live, I come from the Northeast, you know, the New York folks are. But, but when you think about Connecticut, you think about Massachusetts, New Hampshire, upstate New York, you do have the propensity for flea and tick-borne diseases, I mean.
But his point is that they check the box to check for
Yeah,
Lyme
they're
disease,
not
they don't
saying
check the
that.
box
Yeah,
to check
not
for
the
Lyme
test.
disease.
Yeah, just Lyme disease. I'm not sure which one I'm
That's the
ordering
education
necessarily.
part, that's why they have.
No, they don't need, it's a checkbox, they don't get
Yeah,
it,
you
they
get
get a
so
choice.
California is one of the fastest growing states for Bartonella. It's started. to
Is it
move
really?
west. Yeah,
Wow.
and she can also do fungal. So I do think they're one Kardashian away from a breakout. It's like a low consumer PR on
You know, we can make that happen.
it.
Just give me a whole bunch of ticks.
Import ticks.
Any more comments?
No.
No, I think, okay, with the bar co-op, let's start voting. Start voting.
Oh, we need
And the
to vote,
team-
right?
The team was really good, right? It sounded like it was very,
Yeah.
Team was good.
All right, let's vote.
Vote,
they had IP, right?
yes.
Mark it up.
No, you can vote. If you like. Yeah, everyone in the room can vote.
All right, JJ, come on.
Ah, hold on, let me vote first.
If you use a number, you can,
All right.
screw the number just in case.
6.122.
Oh, I'm at six.
Six,
Oh,
six.
geez.
Six, yeah.
Oh, wow. You're bullish today.
I'm bullish.
You're bullish.
What was on target?
Bullish instead of full of.
He's gonna be closer. You're gonna be.
Yeah, see? Wait, I forget,
Let's see,
do we
so
play,
it
do we
says-
play like not higher than, is like the price is right, it's like,
Yeah,
Can't be
you
higher
get
than-
over.
you can't over?
You
Somebody
win,
have their number that they wanna beat, they're up to 6,
yeah,
right?
you win both prizes if you get, point one.
You get a Question is relative to, like, a five is the average you see, is this gonna be significantly better than what we see or less than what we see?
According to JJ, it will be better because he's gonna be 6.
Well, JJ's cooking a book, so that's.
I see.
Okay, we're ready.
I see people. who are after me.
You're gonna know us in 10 seconds.
Show us the money, Kyle.
And I noticed you went down to a single decimal digit.
Uh-oh.
He's not sure.
Right. Survey says,
I said 6.12. The roll, please. This is the most fun we have.
Oh.
6.04.
Wow.
Wow. We both went over. None of
I
us-
know, yeah, Price is Right, doesn't work.
we like the team. She got her on the market opportunity because I think not all the doctor are asking for the test, so that's.
I mean. when
The
you really
team
look
has
at
the
it,
highest,
it's
it looks
almost
like.
like a 7 for team and leadership.
Yep,
That doesn't seem to fit, you know, what I think is the team and leadership. They're a lot stronger than a 7.
I
You know,
agree,
To me, I think we rate really low. We need a.
I know.
Bell curve, you want bell curve?
I mean, yeah, the midterms,
We
yeah.
just have her 10%, we're right at 6
So
scores.
now you're cooking the books.
I just think we're extremely hard on
I
these things.
agree.
So the question really is, hijack, but the question really is, notwithstanding the score, is this something that some of us want to find out more about? That's really what the key is. Is there something that should go into due diligence?
If any of the physicians take the lead, I'll join. That's kind of my.
oh, there you go, that's
We
good.
stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm not in
the
on
one
that.
thing, that's a commercial, the position stated a holiday.
Oh, okay.
Okay, physician, but, well, Stephen, what did you vote?
It's anonymous.
You have Stephen, Calvin, and Paul.
He's a six.
He says a 6, okay.
Stephen didn't like it. Alton?
I'm already doing the OPG.
No, did you like it or not, as a position?
It sounded like it could be a really good thing, especially if you look at the northeast states. But the question I had was more, how common is it, is it in Colorado?
Well,
Is
he
it in
just
other
said, well,
states?
George said it's very
It's
good.
breaking out in California.
Yeah.
Didn't
Okay,
realize that.
Yeah,
that's
it's how
so
many
with that
breaking out.
happening and spreading around the United States, it makes it better.
Okay, one thing I do wanna point out is remember when Jeff asked the question, she's racing until next April, which give us time.
Yeah, good point.
So if we want to look at and explore it, at least we're not pressured.
Now, ask us, well, let's figure out, instead of just screwing around, do we have 4 people or, or more that are interested in learning more about this to get into due diligence? And secondly, at this point, is there anyone willing to take the lead? If the answer is no to both of them, it's a dead issue. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
We don't need to waste our time.
Okay.
I'm interested in the sidecar.
All right,
Okay, so why don't we start from hands of who is interested in to see this deal through?
who's interested in going to the next discussion?
I don't wanna lead it, like I said, if there's no position, I'm out.
That includes participating in the email threads and.
Yeah,
questions.
participating in the due diligence meeting.
Please don't raise your hand if you're not gonna respond to the emails and all that.
Anyone online?
Yeah, I'll participate. I won't lead though. I'll help out.
Okay, so I'll call you the name, you got it?
Yeah.
I'll give you the name, George, Sylvia, Jeff, Paul, David. Would you? Stephen online. And Pat.
So is,
And I
Yeah,
is
have
Stephen the
people.
only position that's interested?
Yeah.
Is that?
How many physicians do we have here? Kim and him, and that's it.
Well, we got Cal, Alton,
Oh,
and
Cal
Steve.
is over there. Cal. Galaxy, the one we just, it was Lyme disease.
Lyme disease. Okay.
Just an FYI, if you raise your hand, take a look at the due diligence package from, Mike Eckert. That's the primary reason why I'm interested. They've done a lot of good due diligence. Pardon me?
Where is it? We'll have to ask.
It's probably in our deal room.
In the deal room.
If it's not, then I'll get it for all of us.
It's not an ideal.
It's not in the deal room?
We have a data room yet. We usually have that.
Okay, I'll talk with Mike and get it back.
So it sounds like you're gonna leave.
You're gonna reach out. I'm more than happy to lead. I'm not a physician, nor did I say to Holiday Inn Express. So either way.
Okay, so this is how I see it, right? So we have people raise hand, you're interested in the deal, we can get the data room going, and you can review the material. If somebody feel really like, I really like this deal, I want to lead it, then the deal move forward.
And if not, after that
Then
first
it
meeting,
dies.
it's dead.
Then it dies. That-
Not gonna screw
That's how
around
it's
with it. And if we don't have enough funding, we can always do a sidecar for
Yes.
SPV Hub or a sidecar for $8,000. And that all that takes is people to contribute minimally 5,000, whatever they want on up to get to 100,000. It becomes pretty inexpensive to do that.
I would just
Just
text
an
them.
FYI. Then the fund can match, just throwing that out as a potential.
Okay, next, Rico.
Who's
JJ taking notes.
I'm taking notes. Okay, I'm not starting. I'm gonna pull a Phil on this. Who's gonna start?
So Target is huge, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Well, they're in Sprouts.
Yeah,
right?
And current revenue is huge,
Yeah, we have good revenue.
and I feel like CEO is a rock.
What do you mean,
star.
revenue is huge?
Yeah, there's.
There's no revenue.
It's revenue.
2.7 million.
Yeah.
But she's a beverage company with revenue at existing retailers.
Check, 2.7 is nothing in beverage company.
Beverage, it's really.
It's wrong.
Yeah, but then at 6 million, I mean,
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
wondering why
It's a post-revenue deal. How
Yeah,
many
but
of those do we
there
get?
is revenue, but it's not big.
Yeah.
For retail, for retail.
No, okay, huge is the wrong word, but.
Yeah.
I get it.
There is revenue, that's what.
That's huge.
They have 650 doors through Sprouts, that's really positive, they're gonna open Target, I think in January, which is really positive. They have, $2+ million in revenue, which is good, they have a good product roadmap, they're gonna add additional flavors and powder.
Powder is
The
big.
market is large, people seem to be buying this stuff, they have a very clear target market with millennial females. What I really like is on their executive team, they have two people that were from Poppy that had a really, high exit, so maybe they can replicate it. They certainly would have, hopefully, we'd have to investigate the tactics. And that's, and the valuation is not all that bad at 6 million posts. So it has a high potential, given the valuation and the potential return, if they make it.
Yeah.
You had to add that at the end.
Well, because that's true of all these drinks. The drinks are easy to come by.
Yeah.
The problem in getting initial traction, shelf space is not a problem. It's sustaining it, which is what happened with Genius Juice.
What is 3 grams of fiber? What does that do to you?
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
It helps you
It's all marketing.
Not 3 grams worth.
unless you're drink 10 of them.
Yeah, you gotta drink, and then you become diabetic and.
Sugar.
Added.
Okay, Phil, I'm gonna answer your question.
It's like one
If
Coke.
someone is really keto, on a keto diet and really carb conscious, every gram of fiber cancels your carb. Okay, so with 3 grams of fiber will cancel 3 grams of carb. And if you're on a very carb conscious diet, it does make it.
That's offset by the 5 grams of sugar.
And now you're level 2. She said she didn't have added sugar.
No added sugar, yeah.
But I mean, for
She had carb. I don't know what her carb is, but.
Basis maple syrup. Yeah, maple.
I think it comes down to this, it's a ginger drink and it's trendy for the young girls. I mean, that's what it is.
We don't normally touch consumer product. When she come on the Best of the Best, a lot of members actually express interest at whoever's there. So that's why we brought them in. The other part of it is, at the end of the day, everybody had to drink something every day, all day long. And so.
Water.
we talk about, pumping, whatever, but I'm telling you, when I go to Costco, they are there. And all those companies that she talked about exited, they are there. I have never tried any of them, and I picked up a case because I was at Costco.
But her company is in Costco.
She's not there
No,
yet.
no, no.
That's the question. She said that's what she's targeting. I'm telling you, America loves Costco.
So the downside is that they need the money by the end of the year. So this is only gonna happen if a bunch of us want to put in,
Right.
I don't know, 20 grand each on the side.
Did we ask them what's their burn rate?
Well, those are easy questions.
Well, the other negative is 85 to 90%. This is data, it's not made up data. 85-90% of the consumer drinks fail.
Yeah.
Within the first 2 years.
You know, 80% of startups fail as well.
Not in 2 years. Yeah. So consumer drinks is like 50-50, you roll the dice. Either it's gonna make it big or it's gonna fail.
Yeah, and I have
The
zero.
other
experience.
thing, of course, is.
How many people in here have experience knowing that something like this is gonna?
Yeah, we have a couple of.
We've done it.
Yes.
The experience, if you want to use our experience.
We've lost every consumer product we invested in.
Not yet, we still have Fuego sitting out there, we have very. Fuego is huge. Yeah, so those are 2. But I sent a note to Mike Eckert, and I asked him if they have an SPV, and if an SPV that they have is open, maybe that's a way we can actually invest through, so just an FYI.
So the other thing,
We have an expert in.
Huh? The barcode.
We have an expert in TCA OC, he invested into.
Yeah.
Organic.
Yeah, that's Ken Borkin.
yeah, Ken.
Yeah, so he's very good, we can talk to him. I can tell you that we are also invested into very organic.
Yeah.
500 target store is not a done deal. And kind of, because they can yank it out anytime they want to.
Yeah,
Even with the
that's
ball.
right.
So it's not huge, like Jeff said, this may be okay,
Yeah.
we still have a slow performance.
Right.
Sprout, they can yank them out anytime if they want to, so,
It's instantaneous.
yeah. So I think
I mean,
no itself, this is done.
The other thing is that they need a lot more money than she said they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true.
If you look at the-
That's 47% of our funding going to market, go to market.
Yeah,
It's still not enough.
It's a branding game.
Okay, please. They're voting, please.
How much is it gonna cost to supply 500 targets?
How much is what?
What is it gonna cost to supply 500 targets?
That's an expensive product, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, I think their cogs are.
It's 12 ounce cans for $42 in Amazon.
In Amazon, yeah.
$42 for 12 cans.
People can cheap.
Oh, so it is expensive then.
It's sort of a monster or any other.
According to college, cheap.
I didn't say cheap. So it's on par with,
On
it's actually at
par.
the lower end of kombucha and it's lower than energy drinks. Not that energy drinks is necessarily comparable, but.
I need more concerns. I don't have enough.
What concerns competition. It's just the
Sticky,
market.
I think sticky, my biggest, right, that's the concern.
Yeah.
We have those more
Great question.
expansion into other markets.
They said it was quite good
Capability.
in the,
She said it was good.
yeah, that's why she said it.
She's setting up a new manufacturing plant.
What else would you see the concern?
Well, the concerns, I think, are the competition, the amount of money they need to
Oh,
really
just
establish
how
a
it is.
brand. The logistical, the supply to make sure that they can feed both Sprouts as well as Target. What if they get really successful?
They did say that they're direct distribution to Target, so that could be a huge problem if all of a sudden they have to come up with.
Right.
Target is also going down on the tube.
Yeah, I'm also concerned about the people that they have. They said they're doing it on a fairly tight organization, but I think they're gonna need a lot more people to service Target, the stores where they are, Sprouts.
Yeah.
I don't, and I'm concerned about their organizational heft. I think they're advisory, the top heavy. I don't think they're operations heavy, and I think.
Dave, I think you may be right, because she talked about gross margin, she didn't talk about P&L, she may be running a prudent P&L, which also stunts the ambition, so we don't know what the
Yeah,
P&L
no,
looks like.
prudent P and L can create a problem by not
Exactly.
putting enough money into growth.
Yeah.
But she has all the
Especially
stores
in a-
without really servicing
You're
them.
right.
I think she needs to do things like, marketing for end caps. You gotta get the shelf space.
Go to college.
She needs some partnerships maybe to help, get into some of the bigger stores. I don't see anything. I see Sprouts and I see Target. I don't see Publix. I don't see Ralph's. I don't see Bonds. I don't see Kroger.
But to be fair,
Sam,
guys, to be
Costco,
fair, I mean, I'm not keen of this deal, but just to be fair to her, I think she's doing a good job where they are. Because
We
we
do
were at
too.
the due diligence of the very right organics, Nick was the lead, I don't know if she is still there, right? Relative to them, she's doing a much better job, but this market is very competitive, very tough to get in, and it's just like a nightmare.
Well, she's in the market, just sustaining it is gonna be the
Yes.
tough. You know what she needs? Storytelling success. She needed the messaging correctly.
Oh,
I think she-
we have someone here that does that. We have someone here that does that.
That's why I was looking.
Hey, look.
She was ducking.
Oh.
Okay, are we done voting?
Yeah. You're welcome.
Okay, are we done voting?
Jeff? Oh,
Yeah, we're good. I hate.
Lower. The last one was 6, was
I would be surprised if this was higher than the other one.
I go with
4.9.
Ooh.
Oh,
I think you went too low.
I haven't voted yet.
No, he's pushing high.
She should move down the average.
I mean, the valuation's cheap, right? It's on 25%.
I know, it
Yeah.
is,
Alright.
okay. Oh, 5.4, I said 5.4.
Oh, wow.
So the way you read this, it's a little better than the average deals we see. I think that to me makes sense.
I don't-
Does anyone want to look at due diligence going forward, or do you want to send it to Dortmund? Maybe LA takes it over and we jump on them?
I think that's a better option.
Yeah, I think so too, because Ken has a good perspective on it. And he has experience.
Are they gonna need a
Yeah,
deal?
Like
consumer
consumer
beverage,
beverage, yeah.
consumer beverage specific.
And also,
Like,
it's
who would you want?
Is anyone looking at that?
Peter, he's expert in CPG and.
Yeah, well, he should start attending my meetings, it would make sense, right?
No.
Yeah, but I think we should ask him because he knows his space very well.
Yeah.
Wait, so is LA looking at this deal?
Not yet.
now?
Not yet, that's the question, should we send it over to Washington?
No, wait,
I have to,
she came through from Best of the Best, so somebody put her out there.
Oh,
not us,
Oh, okay,
Right, so somebody's in due diligence with her.
is it, do you know, Kyle, if it's in LA?
I think she was an Alliance for SoCal deal.
Well, that may be, that's different, yeah.
So it feels to me like since we have no money in the fund, this has to close by the end of the year. This is, has
This
to
one's
be,
too, yeah, we.
has to be led by somebody else.
Say
Then they send us the due diligence and then we opt in or out as a sidecar.
Yeah, you know, what we can do, just, you know, like we do with, food, when we go out to dinner, just throw our cards into the middle and let her take whatever she wants.
Yeah, yeah.
Credit cards.
There you
That's David's credit card. Anyway, I think that's what we're gonna do. Well, anyone interested in following the deal? So you
I
can
want to
notify,
get notified.
okay, so just raise your hand if you wanna follow the deal. We're not gonna leave, we're not gonna do the due diligence, we're gonna.
But if they'll take, I mean, it's like a craft, it's like a craft roll. It's like a,
Well, that's exactly what it is in the beverage
Ray,
market. If you did it, you get.
Chad and Phil.
Anyone
Anyone
online?
online?
Yeah, Steve too.
Who's raising their hand?
We got Ray also.
Right?
yeah.
We got Med, did you hand raise?
Now I'm pointing at Ray.
it's not in space. If this
And
was
who's on-
Kang, he'd be all over
And
it.
who online is interested?
I don't see a hand raising, is there?
so they applied through,
And Lisa,
I'm raising my hand for like 5 minutes. I don't know why.
got you, Lisa, we got
Well,
you.
the screen was away.
Yeah, we had the screen screwed up.
Okay, so we got Lisa, we got Steve.
Alright, so there's at least some perspective.
Okay.
so they applied through TCA OC, so they had, it's not in LA, well, I don't know.
But somebody brought them to the best of the best.
Yeah.
They were the Lions.
Peter's Lions. Okay, that's why I was asking if the Lions catalyst was invested. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one, so we can get out of here.
This is,
Next is Lita Vex.
this is the
Dalton.
office.
Sorry.
Mine is more of a concern. So I want to hear what other people think.
Who wants to kick off line effects?
Who has pros for Light X? Anyone?
Yeah, I look, first of all, good market, great, she has a patent. She has very good advisors, I mean, Bill Cologne, we know him from a couple of deals.
Sorry, can you talk louder? I can't hear you.
Yeah, Shimmy? Yeah, good. That's a surprise. No one has ever said that to me. Okay, so we got patents. We have, a strong advisory group. Bill Cologne had a friend. There's a whole group of people. She's put together a really excellent team. She can partner with the AI camera people. I don't exactly know how that would be done because I think to me they're competitive, but that's what she said. She's focusing on the US rural market. That's where she thinks the biggest potential is. Mike, on the other side, I'm concerned that that's not the market she would really go after. I think it should be inner city. But, to me, there's a few positives. I don't even know the size of the market, how big this really is. I'd have to look at all positives.
The valuation's good.
It's a great valuation. It's a significant data company. Nobody's ever taken LiDAR pictures of the cervix before. You can use that for diagnosing cervical cancer, which is one of the biggest killers we have. We don't have good tests for it. I talked to her extensively after the pre-screening. This is a data registry company. They'll be the first. Machine learning of camera doesn't do it because cameras are only seeing what's visible. They're actually penetrating the skin. And honestly, she's got a really kind of genius go-to-market, even though she starts small. and the Gates thing. So I do think this is one.
Oh,
of
yeah,
those
the
rare-
Gates Foundation
Yeah,
is pretty good.
and I pushed her to use that to get your registry. If you get 40,000 cervixes in your database, you are the single only one to be able to go to the FDA and say, we've got real world evidence.
Maybe that's what she should pitch, because,
Right.
yeah, other
So
stuff,
actually,
I'm not sure.
So my,
You are kind of taking a little bit of my concern away, because my problem is she didn't explain it well, but she may not be that technical, and the technical person is not. But now you said something that kind of removed my concern. Correct. The camera-based system should be able to collect the data, right? They take the images in. But you said there gotta be more data that it has to penetrate from the first layer that the camera cannot see it.
Right.
Is that a medically?
Right away,
correct
Motors
way?
says use your FSD in a Tesla. There's a great YouTube video where a guy gets all the other EVs and Teslas. And he paints a Looney Tunes backdrop of a tunnel and a sky. The Tesla blows right through it, hits the kid. The other EVs using LiDAR don't. LiDAR
That one I
does a better
understand,
job.
but my question is on the
Data collection.
on the medical side of this, which I'm not an expert at.
Same with Looney Tunes.
Are they stuff that they need to penetrate, that they cannot see
Yeah.
beyond the stuff they see? That this LiDAR, because LiDAR is like basically, the LiDAR at the end of the day is kind of a looking, it's like a radar, but an optical domain, it's not. But if they can penetrate and go beyond that, and they get a reflection back, because the way it works, you send the signal, it reflects back.
they should be
to
able
what
to collect data
Right.
to find cancers, to find
Right,
anomalies.
so if
Right,
that's the
right.
case, then they have
Yeah,
something
but
here.
the-
Tissue density is.
Because
Yes.
otherwise, my
But that's
concern
not what
was
she's
you're not
pitching.
cost
Well,
competitive.
no, she is pitching it. The problem is that she doesn't know how to monetize it. That's the problem.
Well, I guess we're talking concerns, the issue is, how can she get into clinics or whatever in order
She
to
has
do
to
that?
collect the
Will
data,
they?
then get the studies.
Right,
then-
before, all right, there's a lot of hurdles before
That's
she
why
gets
she's
there.
not pitching with it.
Well, her beach.
Well, no, but even what she's pitching right now, I just looked up a few things online. So that CPT code that she's talking about, where they have it was only introduced in 2024. And she's been actually she started this company about 3 years ago. And not, so she just realized, but, less than a year ago, that there is a CPT code. So that's an interesting one. But also Cigna just announced that they're not gonna pay for that code anymore, starting June 1st this year. So if Cigna started it, guess what's gonna happen? All the others are gonna do the same thing. So where is she gonna get the money from? And will a two finger, get $32, let's say, or $22 versus spending $20 and getting $12 left, or whatever it is? Will the clinics do that, or take the entire revenue reimbursement? That's a major issue.
Well, it depends on if she has a really high accuracy.
But it doesn't matter. I think Alton needs to speak to that, because he just said.
My biggest concern was she was pitching the wrong thing, because the accuracy in labor really is not important.
Yeah.
It's the relative progression rather than the exact progression.
The whole value proposition
Yeah.
goes away.
Yeah, and so the value that I thought was in there was when she said she can use it for other things. Yeah, but menopause, I was wondering, how are you gonna use that in menopause? And a couple other things. So that's why I think talking to her and seeing where she's gonna go and what she's projecting for the future is far more important than saying, I got something that measures the cervix really accurately.
There's good data on sepsis, and while that's pretty rare, there's no statute of limitation in suing the hospital for OB-GYN. So,
Well, 25 year, it's 18 plus 7, so it's 25.
oh, okay, I thought.
For statute.
Connie, okay.
Yeah, it's.
Connie's pitching that too.
Yeah.
Get the general counsel,
it's age
and
of
they'll say,
majority
fine,
plus
we want,
7.
we'll pay for this, we don't care what, they're not gonna pay for.
Yeah, but it goes, but you're on the hook from the time they're born all the way to,
Right.
25.
Right, so it's a big
So it's a big
additional
long time.
liability. Yeah.
So the other.
Hey, Alton, just for what she's pitching for, I mean, from an OB standpoint, is this more of a nice to have? It's not a have to have, correct?
No, it's not.
Or
a
is
nice-
it? Is it?
But if you're in a rural area and now you're supervising midwives, then for the doctor, it might be good to see, okay, this is the actual thing that's happening and not, but even in the hospital, you're relying so much on the nurses that are there with the patient doing the exams. So if you're kind of squirrely about that, you might want to have it where there's objective evidence that somebody's not making progress. Because where they catch you in a lawsuit is, okay, you did this unnecessary C-section and she was actually making progress, and you're going, no. You know, but you have no objective, except to say, a nurse stuck her fingers in there and said, she's still 8, and she, over the last 2 hours, she's still at 8. You know, but going from 8 to 8.2 is not gonna cut it, you know, that means that there was no progress.
She's also.
So it's a litigation prevention strategy.
Yeah.
No, Jeff changed it completely.
The document in labor, it's a documentation that she did not make progress.
But the data itself could be valuable over time, but she said that, and then my biggest concern is that she's nervous pitching to us right here. She's not the
Yeah.
person to lead this
Yeah,
into an
the answer was
acquisition.
not, yeah.
She's not, so,
Now, that's what I was gonna talk to her about too, because she was obviously nervous. kind of thing.
she just doesn't have.
Well, she's gotta relax
And
because.
she's presented many, many times.
Uh,
Yeah, but that's not the point, it's just how much experience does she have going through this, and is she the one to lead this company out successfully?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
She's come a really, really long way. I met her a long time ago. She's come a long way.
I say she put in a lot of effort, she put.
Oh, yeah.
A very comprehensive, thoughtful.
Right,
I
in
think
12
she
minutes.
built the
And
company.
she's focused on what she wants to do and what
Yeah.
she's trying to do, so.
You can see the whole business plan come together, and I know she did it start from scratch with nothing.
I know.
So I
And
think
when
she
you
did a
talk
good
to her
job.
often,
Mhm.
when you talk to her, one of the things I would ask her is what she's doing, M&A offers.
Yeah.
Take it. Take it.
Dig into it, I mean, you
Yeah.
know, who's looking at it?
Okay.
Didn't she say she had a lead investor?
I got the page.
Maybe,
She could tell us who it is,
So
but she's.
this guy-
No, say no.
This guy has a number.
Well, I don't like the free,
Is that the Dundee EMR integration.
Yeah, that's a good one. That was the reason why she's gonna take like the lead up.
Also, and also to like document the progress,
Well,
so
well-
that you cannot be sued.
Yeah, and actually for that piece, just because it goes into the EMR doesn't mean that she's gonna be able to take that data centrally, right? So I think some, in the due diligence, we have to figure out what causes the hospital to release the data.
Well, a lawsuit.
No, to the company, so that they can collect all the
Oh,
data,
yeah,
so they
yeah.
can build a database.
Well,
and make more money.
because it is a medical record and HIPAA
Right.
governs that, so.
Right, but
it's
she
a
has to
HIPAA
have an
issue.
agreement.
Yeah, so it's a HIPAA issue, well, from the patient, because the patient is the one that releases the data.
So Alton, I have a question. I asked her the same question. Do you see an application of when someone's in labor that actually you can monitor the labor somehow?
Yeah, I can see it if it's in a rural area or someplace where they don't have access necessarily to getting to the hospital, or if somebody wants to do a home delivery. And if I'm the physician that's supervising the midwife for home delivery, I'm a little worried, because by the time the midwife gets her, says something is wrong, we need to get her to the hospital, that's gonna be another 20 minutes for the ambulance to get there. So the biggest thing that I have with the midwife, that was.
But I've been in labor, you have false alarm, you go in and out of the hospital, would this be helpful that you don't?
Going in and out of the hospital,
Because they tell you
Unless you're
you're
doing
not
it at home.
dilating
no,
enough.
no, but see, the biggest problem with having it at home and somebody who's not comfortable with making a decision is, are you gonna make the right decision?
No, having the device at home and telling the doctor.
Well, that-
Oh, are people gonna actually have this device at home? What's the cost of the
It's
device?
$80, so if you're spending like three
Look,
hundred
she's
bucks.
selling it for $2,000.
No,
Yeah,
no, but
I pay
she
$300
can,
to have it.
What the?
she can make it into a consumer product.
Yeah.
Well, remember, she has the product plus she has the disposable, which is like
Right.
$20.
Right.
But I think the device is more than $80.
But think
No,
about
it
it,
costs,
but guys, now you're
Cost,
talking
cost.
about an application from rural area, then a subset of it, and then on that. So guys, listen,
So the
and
question
even on that, Austin,
What is her
even
market?
on
What's the
that,
market?
even on that,
Affordability.
do you prefer a camera-based solution or LiDAR? Remember, the LiDAR still doesn't see. You have you need a bunch of algorithms on the back end to interpret the LiDAR data to map it to what
No,
a
no,
person
no,
can
no, no,
understand.
no, there's a screen, it's on the device, it tells them X centimeters.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is competitor, right, but at the end of it is a LiDAR for the application you guys are talking about.
You
Wouldn't you like to just see it like a camera?
You're getting
No,
technical.
You
So, I mean, it's a
just-
good, I think it's a good point, the
I don't
camera
need to see
versus.
anything, I just need a number.
Yeah.
Hold on, Steve, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, no, just to add on to the camera competitors, if they can do this, honestly, I mean, technology like this may end up being standard of care. I mean, the cameras will be able to do way more in terms of, looking for, there's precancerous stuff on the cervix and all this other stuff that you wouldn't be able to do with LiDAR necessarily. So if you had a bet on a winner, that could do this plus all this other stuff, I do wonder if it is the AI-based camera.
But cervical cancer is not on the outside of the cervix.
Right.
It's at the endocervical junction, which is inside the cervix.
And,
And for infertility, it is really the cervical mucus, not what the cervix looks like.
and if you really think that that's where it's gonna go, and the costs are $2, they're just gonna add a camera to it there.
What if they add a camera, they have a better solution.
It's a couple.
I never read this very
But now
well.
we can redefine this topic.
Discussion, but we.
We've already divided it up.
That's not a question. Man,
Get rid of mitigation.
She's raising money on a pre-money seed, I
She's,
say-
she's a 6.5 pre-money seed.
which I thought is.
She's raising $1.5 million on.
Free money already, no go.
We're a no-go.
Yeah.
On a pre-money seed.
Well, we could just tell her to cap it at 8, right?
Pre-money seed. It's not good for us at all. That's what we
So
You're voting on an 8 money post.
Yeah, we just won't take it, otherwise she'll change it.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I want to re-raise the concern of the reimbursement.
Yeah, it's great, Kyle.
It's Kyle.
Thank you. That's gotta be done.
This is Jeopardy.
Thanks.
I'm sorry.
And
What was,
Jeff?
what was the last one at? 5?
5.4.
See, I think it's always the last one that colors the next one.
we're missing a-
4.4, 4.4.
Oh, I'm gonna go up.
Oh,
I'm going down.
You're going down?
Yeah.
I did 5.8.
Let's turn on this.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5.
It's gonna be right on. Yeah. I think we-
one of the biggest thing is still the reimbursement. The reimbursement doesn't make sense.
5.4.
Oh, David!
I'm only one for a year and a half.
It's very even across, actually.
What it basically shows, it's a little better than what we have seen, but nothing spectacular. And it makes sense because she still has to use the money to finalize the design. She has to go de novo in whenever.
Again, that's another thing we didn't talk about.
Commercialization, yeah, so a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Follow the scale.
So Alton, are you gonna be following this deal?
I'm gonna be calling them.
Well, does that help you?
I want to get a chance to say first.
Right, okay, but that's it, but for investment, anyone interested?
It depends on what she says about how she's gonna look at the other things besides the cervical measurement.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna post it. We leave it up to you. If you think still think there's something that you talk about, you can come back.
Yeah, and I'll put it in the notes
Yeah,
that I sent to you.
Also, tell her to look at some of the female investing groups like Golden Sea.
Yeah.
So George, question for you. So how do they screen today cervical cancer? Is there a test?
I think yes.
That has been the
Oh, it's
invention, yeah.
So
Invention.
maybe this should be a screening test
Right.
for cervical cancer.
Well, she's gotta develop.
No,
the-
it's not gonna be better than the pap smear.
Oh, it won't be?
No, because the pap smear takes the actual cell.
Oh, there you go.
Alright.
Well, then the data
Next
may not have
next
it.
one up, what? Solstice.
Can you finish this?
Oh, yeah, last one.
Bill.
Oh, the last.
For today. Oh, shit.
Phil, what's positive, Phil?
Yeah, so I happen to like this one. They have multiple customer segments. They are leveraging what's flying in space today, so they don't have to invest in infrastructure. They made a comment that they can use Viasat satellite. To me, the other side of the point is, to me, Viasat can be the biggest potential competitor. They have patents. They have a lot of non-dilutive funding. They have contracts. They have multiple customers. I think I mentioned that already. And they have a potentially good exit with a lot of different potential exit strategic buyers. To me, that's the positives. They have a $15 million convertible note, free money. That seems to be a little bit on the high side given where they are today. And they're fundamentally a hardware company with a lot of potential competitors, which give me cause for concern. So it really relies on their ability, their advisory group to get in front of these buyers, including government contractors, to make sure they get the business. So it's like they're in a sense like a beltway bandit. It's not a sale per se on a continual basis. It's contracts that they have to develop, and those take some time. So that's a concern. And I know something about this space.
They have pretty deep roots in this domain, so.
Correct,
you know,
yeah. I like this company, by the way. I think this one's a good one because it's really, it's disruptive technology.
But the market is developing so much, you don't know who else gonna come in or who else is ahead.
Ergo the problem.
Yeah, what are the barriers to entry other than patents, did you say that?
There are no real barriers to entry. It's a design issue. So you can get others that can design this kind of communication. Viasat is clearly in this business. Boeing may be in the business, Northrop. I mean, there's a lot of companies, especially the Beltway bandits, that do this as a matter of developing hardware and software for specific applications. So the question is in due diligence, what do they really have? What's unique? Do they have the ability to get these contracts? How long will it take to get the contract?
What about
Not only
Elon
in
Musk's?
the government world, but also in the corporate world, because now they'd have to be subcontractors to these others who may put up their own commercial satellites, but also potentially be the main contractor to somebody else, so they'd be a sub-domain. They do have a relationship with, I think, Bezos's Blue Ocean, but I don't remember what that specifically was.
You also have to think that they've got a significant advantage, first mover advantage, right? Because once you're there and once you're working and once you're there.
Well, you're not gonna have multiples of these devices on one satellite.
Exactly, and nobody's gonna displace you. If it's already there, it's already working,
Correct.
you've already got 2 devices in space and you just gotta add a third one, you're not gonna get displaced.
But it's a new business, so it's competition right now. It's like,
But there's
it's
no
like the
competition
land rush
right
right now.
Yeah, this is the land rush.
This is
and
the
they're
land
first to
rush.
move.
So they will
I
be
think
one
the
of several
connections are
companies that do this.
Yeah, it's like it's a niche market. It's a niche
Some
market.
of them 40 years,
So,
so you know,
but-
everybody, their connections, I think, are their biggest.
Yeah, so Matt, the question is, do you believe that this is a new frontier that people will go after? Do they have the wherewithal, the people, the engineering talent to be one of the top 2 or 3 players in this new frontier? That's the question you gotta look at.
Yeah.
But Matt, here's just, what is it that at the end they wanna, maybe you're gonna talk offline, can you just say for the group? Cause I'm still curious, what is it
Yeah, I think
exactly?
they did a great job describing
Yeah.
what they do. So they're providing satellite to ground communication, so they're filling a gap. The CEO mentioned, only 10% of the time are the satellites within range of a ground station, so they're filling that 90% gap in time. If you're, imaging parts of the planet.
You wanna join their team? You explained it better than he did.
As I understand it, it's a data link between a satellite. You put their device on, it's a data link from their satellite to the broader network above, which you can think of as your internet infrastructure, right?
Right.
From there, you can access at any point. So you can go access between 2 satellites, you can go up and talk to each other. You can go up and talk straight to the ground anytime you want. as opposed to right now, you're dependent on waiting and then a ground relay. So instead of going down, you're going up and then sharing, right? So that's all it is.
But
It's a network, it's infrastructure.
I don't know the market. SpaceX is doing it already.
No, they're not going up.
They're not, you can't
Well,
connect
no.
the SpaceX from a military satellite and.
But when they
They're
throw their rocket up, they're talking between the satellites and then they're talking to the rocket.
Yeah, but they don't make that available.
To others.
He competes with us. I think what the way I also understood it, he was saying that one of their application is, which is the biggest part of the revenue, could be the sensors. So if you're linked to the sensors, which, you know, it's a little different providing the broadband access or Wi-Fi access on the spacecraft. So are they, yeah, I don't know, are they fishing for this service? But at the end, how would they make their money, right? Would there be the service
It's
is,
the data flow. So if you send a megabyte up and then back down, you pay for that megabyte. If you send a megabyte up over to your other satellite, you pay for that.
so is at the end of it, they're gonna make money off the satellite companies providing connectivity between. the
Yes,
satellites?
they're like a
Virtual
virtual
network operator.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
the SAT already does not do it, what is that company that is not there? Because this market has been there since 2000. I was working on it in 1998, right, on the satellite group, right? But then this is a new service that you know better. So you think there is really a new market for this?
Well, eventually the government network is going away.
I hate to interrupt the discussion, we're on a time crunch, but the CEO of this company is outside waiting to come in to join us. for
Oh, we
lunch.
can ask him
So
questions.
whatever you have that you're in doubt with, he can come in and
Or we
answer.
could have worked
So
on-
I like to wrap up the discussion and just call the meeting. So let's start voting. And then we can bring him in.
My index is also.
Yeah, and. Oh, okay, you can do the meet right up. Kamala is out.
Oh, she's still on there?
Yeah. The two in-person presenters are still waiting to join us for lunch.
Cool.
So you can save all your questions for them. And then after this, I still have to do follow-up, so that's why I. Yes.
That's the. How you have to curb your enthusiasm. That would be fun too. My daughter's a DJ, and she's DJing a kind of party, and the police came in, and they played that.
Why second? You had your.
They're all just so different. They're all just way better than these.
Okay.
All right, Jeff.
I think it's a little higher. I think it's.
Everybody
6.1.
gets turned back.
6.43.
I would say 6.8.
Wow.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, very good.
Here we go. Oh, wait, we're doing 5.1 in a row.
Oh, that's a different one. So the other company, wrong company.
6.2.
You know.
Okay, we
I went over
need
you.
6 expensive.
Only 4 people voted.
Hey, guys, please, come on, thanks.
Wait, only 4 people voted.
Yeah.
How come we only have 4?
Nobody knows enough about it.
Well, you still should be able to vote on the
Guys,
leadership.
I said 6.8.
Oh, there we go, 15.
Now we're talking.
6.4.
It's getting better. Yes.
Okay.
You win.
Now, can I get a raise of hand who's interested in follow this deal? Okay, I'm gonna call the names for you. Jeff,
Look online too.
David, Bill, Avi, JJ, Matt, Nick, and Michael Ward, and Pat, And anybody online, I can't see online.
Line that.
Oh, wow.
Randy.
That's me, I think.
Randy, okay.
Hey, whoever talks to them after
Oh,
lunch, can we figure out if they'll take like minutes around close? I'm thinking about it.
Eric Cusell also wanted to.
Okay.
You want to say that everything's negotiable?
Yeah.
Everything's negotiable.
It's not over yet.
Oh, all right.
Very quickly, we're gonna do a deal follow on. Randy, we closed Time Machine, right?
No, it's
I
Friday.
don't think it's closed. I don't think the vote's closed. It's out for a vote.
The vote closes Friday at 4.
Okay, so everybody make sure you vote for Time Machine. It's out for vote. But Randy led the deal for us. Thank you, Randy.
Oh,
And we
yeah,
got
you're
a
welcome.
deal coming.
And if anybody's interested in a sidecar with that, maybe just pop me a note too. And I can get with Ike.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Steve
that
has an
wanna-
update.
Yeah.
Steven, go ahead.
Yep. So major medical devices, which hopefully you guys still remember this company. I think it was probably 7 months ago when we first screened them. Hopefully it's worth the wait. I'll give you a mini update. Hopefully we'll get them to vote maybe next week. So our team, the diligence team, actually approved to fund them probably 5-6 months ago, and they actually delayed because they were an LLC at the time. They were and they wanted to delay their C Corp because they got sidetracked a little bit by a potential partnership, which would have been really good for them in the short term, but it actually would have resulted in them essentially kind of throwing away the possibility for the much bigger play that we all were interested in. Obviously, they walked away from that. They've converted to a C Corp. And just so you guys remember, just going into the vote, maybe a couple refreshers. So this was the abdominal aortic and iliac aneurysm stent, EVAR. And this was the one that was like 40% lower profile than the incumbent folks that do this. So what that meant was you could actually go through the arm, through the upper approach, as opposed to these two big femoral sticks in the groin and treat these aneurysms. So it's just like easier, cheaper, safer, faster. And the net of it was, I think instead of a hospital procedure with an overnight hospital stay, you could actually do this as an ambulatory same day procedure with like 10,000 in cost savings. We felt it was disruptive, if you remember, because this was going to hopefully follow what cardiology and neurointerventional radiology did, where their approaches have all moved towards upper procedures as opposed to femoral sticks. They've been doing it for 10 or 15 years, so this would be sort of the disruptive part for that industry. They did get a Japan patent just recently, and that's actually a pretty big deal because Asians are smaller, hate to say it, and so their anatomy is smaller, and as a result, in Asia, when you have this, you go straight to surgery. And so something like this actually opens up the possibility for endovascular repair in the Asia market. So anyways, super strong team. Their KOLs were really impressive. We actually have good deal terms. There's some good downside protections. The key, though, to update everyone was it's a 250. So we will get a board observer seat at 250. That's TCA affiliates combined, sidecars as well. So if you're interested in sidecarring, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions, but hopefully we can drum up enough interest in this so we can get that mark and get an observer seat. So let me know if you have any questions, but that's it.
So are we funding or what?
Yes, the deal recommendation.
The deal recommendation.
Yeah, the deal rec was to fund it. Yep.
So, but we don't have any money left, so we have to fund
No,
it.
no, no, it's allocated.
Oh, it's allocated.
We'll have 100K for it.
Yeah, we actually had voted to do, I think, maybe 185, but hey, it's their loss. It took 7 months. So that's it. It is what it is.
Yeah, but now we gotta go try to get sidecars.
Can you send me the deal summary and put me on?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, anyone else need to share a deal? Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming.
Who's going to hang with 244 today?